Alright guys, we are going to redo the last video I made because I don't think you guys could hear me, so let's get this set up and reread these patch notes for you guys. Alright, let's see here. Ghost of TABOR news. They are starting the update 0.64. The update should take no more than 1 to 2 hours. This was way earlier today. They're moving all the games over to a new server, so they're not going to be using their Amazon service anymore. We should have much better performance considering the fact. Alright, let's get back into the patch notes again. We're going to remake this because I don't think you guys could hear me very well before. Patch notes for update 0.6.4 now has been deployed. New features: Island Fish Boss. They added the Fish Boss character for the new island region. The Fish Cultist will only spawn on night. Keep that in mind. And has a small percentage for spawning, so it's going to be a rare occurrence, I'm assuming. Enabled walking and the shooting range for better target inspection. Not sure what that means. I think I was always able to walk in the shooting range. That doesn't make any sense to me. They have a new backpack. The Ragnar backpack has been added, and it is at Minty level 5. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of backpack it is. Is it going to be bigger than a G3, or what level is the G3 going to be now? Or the bigger backpack, or whatever it's called. They removed, for the bug fixes, they removed a 30-degree cone of silent footsteps. If you guys did not know, they removed Legend. Fire, what's up? Go check the UU items in the Merchant of Death. You can hear me? Sweet, good. So we're going to read the patch notes here for today. We're going to remake it because you guys couldn't hear me in the last one I made. So now we're going to go into bug fixes. They removed the 30-degree cone of silent footsteps, guys. If you guys did not know, the removal of footsteps was not a bug. It was a feature that they had put in place because of optimization issues. I talked to Mikey, and he said that, footsteps were dumbed down. But now that should be fixed. You should be able to hear footsteps normally again. Players can no longer grab items inside closed loot crates. That's a good fix. Resolved a critical issue when causing the game to crash when using bandages. I personally have not crashed while using bandages. But it's good to see that they're keeping an eye on things. Fixed the charge handle on the P90. They also did that to the MP5 as well. If you guys have ever had problems, pulling your charge handle back and chambering around, it was slightly janky. So it's good to see that that's fixed. They fixed a red tint on weapons, mags, and attachments for valid placement. I'm pretty sure that means if you try to put something that it doesn't go there, then it will become red, letting you know that it's not compatible. Restored the clicking sound when reloading the UMP45. I mean, that wasn't like a big fix, but at least it's there, let you know that your mag's in. Fixed weapon attachment showing grip indicators instead of grip trigger. Fixed the bug where releasing a pistol with two-handed could set the primary grip improperly. That was what was causing you guys to have problems picking up pistols off the ground. If you were holding pistols with both hands and then drop the pistol, it would improperly set the grip on the weapon itself. And that's why we're having problems picking up pistols off the ground. A much needed fix. Fixed material changes on guns and magazines for visual consistency and realism. Not entirely sure what that means. Material changes on guns. Is that like mud and like dust, or like, I'm not entirely sure what that means. Is it just like the texture of the gun itself? We'll have to keep an eye on that and see exactly what they're talking about eventually when we play. I might actually play in a little bit. Feeling a little bit better than I have in the last few days, so. Alright, fixed an issue with the helmet calibration and play space movers, preventing players from looking under the map. Apparently that was a thing. Apparently you could make yourself really short and then just like look under the map, which is crazy to think about. Addressed a bug causing items to fly when released. How many times have you guys had something in your hands and it just like straight up towards the sky, That's a much needed fix. Killed so many people that have decent weapons and their stuff just fly off into the distance. Resolved item separation issues with the backpack and the conveyor cell system. Mm, I'm guessing that has to do with things inside the backpack or bouncing off or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out later. We'll check it out to see if you guys have had any problems with that one. I personally haven't. I usually just throw my things on there one by one anyway. I don't throw the whole backpack in. Set brass. This is a big one. Set brass simulation to be disabled by default, optimizing game performance. I'm assuming that has to do with spent shells from bullets. So, a lot of you know when you fire a bullet, your casing comes out of the side of your weapon and falls to the ground. I'm assuming that they have set that to be disabled for the time being to help with performance. I was hoping we would get the ability to pick up spent brass to take back to the base. So maybe like, let's see, shoot a few rounds. One of those rounds falls, becomes a physical brass piece that you pick up. But for now, that's been disabled, and I don't think there was any planned features for that to be a thing that I'm speaking of. It would be cool to see it added, though. Alright, here's the updates. We placed armor, helmet, and gun simulation on death, prevent events for enhanced accuracy and gameplay experiences. Removed casts to armor, helmets, and calculating penetration in characters and Phoenix, replacing with a more efficient interface. That one's a little confusing. Fixed duplication and player. Yes, this one was much needed. This one right here. Fixed duplication and player username collections and multiple resources. I don't know how many of you guys have had a problem with your items duplicating. I know that I have. I had weapons in my bunker that duplicated, and then I logged in the next day and all my money was gone because the duplicated items were considered physical items and it charged me. So that's a good fix. Addressed collision issues with the medical crafting items in the backpack. Much needed fix. Another good one. Now we can fit our NRSs and our bandages in appropriately without having any collision issues with maybe some of the other items. Improved VR gameplay with enhanced gun stock calibration. I don't use a gun stock, so that one doesn't really, apply to me. Increased magazine count in the tutorial for a more realistic experience. Not sure exactly what magazine they're talking about. Magazines that don't fit in the gun will now highlight red. Yes, see right here. Weapons and attachments and magazines that will not fit on appropriate sections will be highlighted red from now on, letting you know that it is not compatible with that weapon or item. So that is good. Fix the missing backpack in the tutorial. Okay, MVG overlay is no longer tied to the menu settings. As I was saying before, your menu settings when you first set up your game, it sets like it has like Rift, Quest, things like that, and it sets like the blood distance on your eyes, like when you get shot. The MVG overlay was tied to that same setting, so that has been fixed. Prevented players from selling returning missions multiple times. That's a good fix. Corrected buckshot pricing to prevent exploits in the sell kiosk. I'm assuming people were duplicating the boxes and then selling them, or something like that. Raid kiosks now saves the last map selected, so if you go in Modka and you come out, it won't reset your kiosk to island, so you forget to reselect your map. It'll stay on the map you last played. Fixed for loadout not extracting. Oh my god, fire. Do you remember that? When I extracted with like 2 level 6 armors, a backpack full of stuff? Yeah. That's been fixed. I'm glad I reported that one because, man, that was heartbreaking to leave the raid with that much loot and then just have nothing. I tried the trick you told me to do. It won't work for me. I tried adjusting the offset and it wasn't work. Oh man, we'll have to get you set up. If you go into your hand pitch rotation off settings in your settings, mine is set at 0. Okay, when you set it, when you actually bring up your menu, you'll see the lines going from your fingers. Rest your wrists and point straight forward. Make sure you have your hand pitch rotation offset setting in view, and then change it as needed so both of your fingers, the lines that are going from your finger to the screen, are straight ahead. Mine is set to 0. I used to have it set to 30, then they changed player models. I set it to 26, and now it's back to 0 again. So when they do updates in different player models, legends, make sure to go in and tinker with it a little bit to try to get it readjusted, especially if you see in the patch notes anywhere through here, if they say that they're changing player models in any way, always go in and calibrate everything. Your height, your hand pitch rotation settings, make sure to turn on virtual gun stock, and if it's just not saving to you, then that might actually be a bug. Some people were having problems last patch where they were setting settings in their menu and it would not save. So if that's your problem, definitely put it in the bug report section on the official Ghost of Tabor website. Or not website, their Discord or their Facebook page, just to let Mikey and Scott know that you're having some issues with your settings being saved. Alright, here, address screen calibration for popping up constantly after switching between seated and standing. So a lot of people had that problem where I would actually try to stretch my neck up slightly to peek over cover because I play seated. You guys know that I got a bullet in my right leg, so I play seated. So when I want to look over cover, I actually have to like either slightly stand up or like stretch my neck over cover. And whenever I would do that, it would say, your boundary's messed up. So we'll do some testing later to see if that one's officially fixed or not. Added subtle lighting to enhance the visibility of loot box containers. That is good because in pitch blackness it's literally impossible to see what's in boxes without a flashlight or night vision. Here we go. Map fixes. Expanded Church of Fish Cellar and addressed vertical sound issues for lab and a more immersive experience. You don't have virtual gun stock turned on? Yes, turn it on, bro. Turn on virtual gun stock. It will help you so fucking much. It's going to feel weird at first, I promise you, because you've been playing without it. But once you get used to it, it's pretty nice. It really is. Modka Maisk. A perfect fix. Look at this, guys. House of Scott. Vent entry. If you guys didn't know, there's a secret way in and out of Modka Maisk. Of the Church of Scott. There was a vent that was supposed to be used to escape without being cornered inside, but people were going in the opposite way without using the skull to get into keycard room. So that has since been fixed. You can no longer go in through the vents without unlocking the door properly. Good to know. Very good to know. Alright, so as far as the safe house fixes, we have fixed GPU rack legs in the safe house to eliminate graphical glitches. They've investigated and addressed issues with seed growth, so our plants will now grow. We should be able to also sell the items, ensure that the sell item list is scrollable for better navigation. What was else? Here we go. Increased plant production sale price. So not only can you use the plants, we gotta say plants because we're on YouTube, to craft NREs, you can also sell them for an increased price. So it may actually be profitable to grow some for NRSs and then sell the rest. We'll have to go in and see how much they sell for. Maybe you guys will have to comment later and let me know how much that the plants sell for. We'll say plants. We gotta say plants. I got the new statue stone thing in prison. Yeah, the tiki spawns at prison. It also spawns at Bowhouse. And I've also seen it at Radio Tower. Prison, where does it spawn in prison? It spawns in Warden's office. In the same place you would find keycard. And then GPU would still, I found Tiki and GPU right beside each other. There. Actually, yeah, I have. It's crazy. I mean, now I haven't found a GPU in like 4 days, so it's been crazy. Water is now removable. Water filter is now removable, so they fixed it. And then nursery water consumption is returned to normal from the 90% decrease. So if you guys noticed, you haven't been having to put water in your nursery because there was a bug before. But that has now been fixed. So you guys got to make sure if you're growing your plants, make sure that your water is full because it's back to normal. And then it says fixed multiple back-end issues with water consumption, fuel consumption, and plant growth. So all of these have been fixed. Much needed fixes. Yeah, we had to redo the video. So we're going to remove this one here in the Discord, guys. We're going to remove this one. And then we'll delete the old one and put this one up. Right, so this one's about 15 minutes long, which isn't bad. I'm feeling a little better. So we might actually go update Ghost of Tabor and maybe play some solos for a little bit. So give me some time to get my headset set up, and we will be back in about 30 minutes, and maybe we'll play. Depends. I don't know if the servers are back up or not. I know that usually they patch this stuff super early in the morning. So it's been about 4 hours since the patch, I think, so we might try. And thanks you guys for stopping by. Make sure to share the patch note videos with your friends in case they don't want to read. And yeah. You tried to get into House of Scott, but I got shot before. Yeah, people camp it. People definitely camp it. I mean, there's valuable items going in and out of that place. You've got Skull and Keycard that both need to go there. So if you're going to hunt players, watch House of Scott. There's only 2 places they can go in and out at. It's a dangerous place. So if you're going there to hunt people for Skull and Keycard, Modcamized will be the place where you can get both in one spot. Not from spawns, but from players. Pro tip. Alright guys, we're going to end the stream here. This is just a patch notes video. I wanted to remake it because the last one you guys couldn't hear me. I was an idiot and decided to put the music all the way up. But yeah, I will catch you guys soon if I have time or if I feel better. Which I'm going to take an ibuprofen and go out, stretch my legs and things. And if Ghost of Tabor servers are up and running, then we'll probably play a couple matches. We'll go to nighttime, see if we can see Fish Boss, and then we'll go check out on daytime, see the expansion, and then we'll check out all the new features and do some testing. So, appreciate you guys for stopping by, reading the patch notes with me, and I will try to see you guys in about 30 minutes. We'll try to play some Tabor. And Legends, Fire, and all you other guys in here. We got 6 people in here. If you guys stop by in about 30 minutes, we'll play some Tabor. Appreciate you guys for stopping by, and as I said, share the video to your friends who don't like reading. And have a great evening. I will see you guys soon.